G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because the mighty Fijians has done it again at home. Churchill Park in Fiji in steamy and greasy hot conditions has pretty convincingly beat the Waratahs 28 points to 14. At no point in this match did I feel like the Drua was under threat. The Waratahs and actually was pretty close in terms of the performance from the both teams, but the Fijians was just much more clinical in their executions. Both teams struggled with handling with the ball. There was, I guess, the hot conditions were pretty greasy, so there was a lot of post-contact knock-ons from both teams. So there was a lot of stop and start. But it was the little things that the Fijian Drua just did a lot better than the Waratahs. I have to be frank with you. First up, the scrummaging. I talked about this in the preview on Thursday, that I thought the Drua scrum is gonna put a number on the Waratahs, and that pretty much destroyed the Waratahs scrum in the first half. The Waratahs at half time probably had a bit of a analysis of what was happening. Came out much better in the second half. I've got to give credit for the Waratahs to stabilizing the scrum, and the kicking game was just absolutely shocking from the Waratahs. I mean, I don't know what to say. There was just. The ball was kicked dead. The ball was kicked straight up. The ball was kicked not out. It's just everything you can think of that could have gone wrong with the kicking game from the Waratahs. It went wrong. And on the other hand, the Drua was kicking some amazing, playing some amazing kicking games. Rob Valentini's brother, Kimu Valentini, kicked a 20-22 from inside his own 22, kicked out a 20. Out of the Waratahs 22, just like much better in terms of the options as well. And for the Waratahs, because of the stupid kicking game, Joseph Suaalii was grossly underused for the entire match. The one guy that pretty much everybody thinks is going to be the big advantage for the Waratahs was hardly touched the ball. He was left doing basically covering tackles, missed tackles from his own teammates, and just chasing the kicks, all right? Whether it's a up and under or just a, punt down the field and he's just up and he's just going out and chase it. And it's just like, why? Why do you need, why didn't Suaalii to do that? You have players that are faster than that. Like, what is the advantage of having Suaalii, especially at the fullback position, if all you do is having him, chase the kick? Why do you have him, right? Why do you have him? What is the advantage, right? And to be honest, if you think about it, the up and unders, you would think that Suaalii has a bit of an advantage on that because of his height. He didn't actually have any advantage contesting the high ball. And it was like, the success rate was really low. And the success rate for under the high ball for Suaalii has been pretty low the entire season. So I really don't know why they're still pursuing this kind of play style, especially when you have Suaalii as such a good counter running, such a good offloader, such a good person at that can create space for players around him, as shown in previous rounds. Let's just punt the ball down the field and tell him to chase it and as fast as you can in the extremely hot, humid conditions in Fiji. And really again, poor decisions from the Waratahs coaching staff there. Outside of that, the breakdown was a bit of a mess for both teams. I thought the only thing that gave the Waratahs an edge was the line out more, but that wasn't quite enough to give the Waratahs over for the win in the end. And in the end of the day, the Drua play a bit more smart rugby, went for the points when it was available. I'm not a big fan of kicking for points, but the weather conditions was really hot and was really greasy, and I can get that. You try, the value is probably there for a game like this when players were literally like exhausted from just running around in the hot weather. I guess taking 3 points gives everybody a breather and also give yourselves an opportunity to take the scoreboard over. I guess that's a good decision making given the circumstances. But yeah, I thought that, I didn't think that the Waratahs just wasn't good enough overall for the Waratahs. And some of the, again, just going back to that stupid kicking strategy from the Waratahs in this game was really disappointing to see. Now for the Fijian Drua fans, I thought there was a couple of incidences from Suaalii. Ironically, I don't want to pick him out, but I think a lot of Drua, every week I do these videos, a lot of Drua fans say, hey, Wildkard, did you see this? Did you see this? And I try not to to be biased, but hey, I acknowledge a lot of times I do miss this stuff. So I want to just talk about a couple of obvious stuff that I saw. You know, I don't see everything. Obvious stuff that I saw, I thought was a little bit of head scratcher. And you know, just so you know, if you're gonna at me for not being fair, I guess you know. This is the best I can do. So, you know, there was a shoulder charge here, looked like to me, and you know, I'm not trying to pick on Suaalii, but I just feel like this just happens to be him, and I thought this was a pretty clear. I guess that's okay, but it's yeah, I feel like that's a bit of a shoulder charge there, maybe, but this is one where I thought definitely was out because one of the Fijian players pulled Suaalii's arm out, and the Waratahs scored after this as well. Onto the sideline, and the touch judge was right there and basically told him not to do that. I'm pretty sure this is legal. You can let me know your thoughts on this. So Suaalii was tackled a little bit short, and the Drua player tried to pull his arm out on the line. Like, he actually got it there. He actually got his arm on the chalk there, his hand on the chalk there. And that's actually, I'm pretty sure that is legal because, you know, you can do that with someone's leg, right? There's no reason why you couldn't do that with someone's arm. And you can see right here. Oh, oops. You can see right here. He grabbed the arm here. And then he pulls it out. That's on the chalk right there. So, yeah, it should have been out. And there should be a try that's disallowed following this. But, yeah, the referee was like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And he was like, he's out. Look, I'm just doing it again. It's don't do it. I'm pretty sure that's allowed. Someone let me know. I'm actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is allowed. I'm pretty sure that will be out for Suaalii, and the try should have been disallowed, but hey, it is what it is. But obviously there was a bit of a crazy finish at the end. Waratahs was only down by 7 points, trying to do a haymaker. So there was a penalty last minute for the Honduras, and they tried to kick a 3-pointer, and it didn't go out, and also it was missed, right? So Waratahs tried to run the ball out of their ball area, and then there was a bunch of passes back and forward, and the ball eventually went forward. And Suaalii picked it up, and it was just like penalty try. The commentary said there was no offside inside the goal line, or one of the commentary mentioned it. There might be. So I checked the law. There is actually offside in goal area as well. So it's you know, offside still in play. So the referees definitely made the right decision there. Offside penalty try. No bonus point, losing bonus point for the Waratahs. But you know, even if they try to run the ball out, you know, I'd be very surprised if they got 100 meters to score the try. But yeah, it's just a bit unlucky there, losing the bonus point like that. But yeah, I thought it was a bit awkward. Suaalii was kind of like just in an awkward position, and the ball just kind of like went to him, so to speak. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess let's have a look at some of the match stats, and you know, maybe you tell me some of the things that Waratahs are doing wrong from what we're seeing here. 3 tries to 2. The Honduras has 617 run meters this game, to the Waratahs 152. And the reason for Waratahs 152 because they just kick the ball away every time. Up and under, up and under, up and under, right? And despite all the kicking the ball away, the Waratahs still failed the kicking game. So 12 turnovers conceded for the Honduras, 13 against Waratahs. So like, how do you? So if you look at the carry, right, the Honduras had 130 carries, the Waratahs had 57. So there was 12 turnovers conceded out of 130. So like 1 out of 10, less than 1 out of 10 balls was turnover. Whereas the Waratahs has 13 turnovers conceded out of only 57 carries. Yeah, that's like 1 out of 4 balls you're turned over. 1 out of 4 carries you get turned over. Really bad. Really, really bad, some of these stats. 69 tackles made for the Honduras out of 9 missed tackles. 138 tackles made. 37 missed tackles as well for the Waratahs. Like, that is a lot. 34 kicks in play for the Honduras. 29 for the Waratahs. 3 missed goal kicks from the Honduras. No misses from the Waratahs, which is good. A couple missed drop goals. But the kick meters, man, this is like the highest of the season for a Super Rugby game. 1,115 for the Honduras. 1,111 for the Waratahs. Yeah, and you think that all these kicking from the Waratahs, it just shows you, like, despite all the kicking, you still couldn't put yourself in a position to attack with the ball because you're getting turned over every 4 carries. That is the problem. That is the problem with the Waratahs. The strategy definitely is not working, and I don't know why they've gone back to it. you know, it is a bit of a head scratcher when you have, you know, one of the most highest, you know, the highest player in the history of Rugby Australia on the field, and all he does was chasing the ball. Yeah. So line out, 1 loss for the Drua, 5 for the Waratahs as well. Absolutely horrendous. 1 scrum loss for the Waratahs, and you know there was a bunch of penalties against them in the first half as well, which would the Druas feed. 8 penalties considered for the Druas, 11 against the Waratahs, and 1 yellow card for the penalty try right at the end. And yeah, so let's have a recap of the game. What kind of happened? So there was a 2 minutes into the game, there was a accidental offside from a knock on ball in the Waratahs camp. The Druas immediately taking 3 points to take the scoreboard up 3 points to nil. The Waratahs scrum was already struggling right from the get-go. 12 minutes into the game, another penalty to the Fijian Druas, taking another 3, 6 points to nil. 22 minutes in the game, there was lots of terrible kicking from the Waratahs. Druas was given just chance after chance to play the rugby, and then eventually they got really close to try line. Murray, the pick and go, he found himself through, there was no one in front of him. He found himself through 22 meters, got pretty close to, went straight through for the try. 13 points to nil for the Endurers. 26 minutes in the game, there was a penalty against the Endurers. Waratahs backed themselves for the line out. They went for the maul, and the maul got pretty close, was penalty advantage, and then the ball came out, flat ball to Langi Gleeson, hit the ball with flat ball with a bit of speed and crashed over for the try. 13 points to 7. 39 minutes into the game, the Endurers was just shaking off tackles left and the right. One of the locks, the blindside flanker, the number 6, was just like shaking off. He must have shaken off like 5 tackles before he went down, and then the ball went out wide to Lungani Marcy, kicked the ball, who just ran down and pumped off Andrew Callaway, I think it was, and then shaked off another defender for the try. 13 points to 7, and 18 points to 7 going into half time. Second half, the task started out a bit better. The scrum looked a bit better in the second half immediately, but wasn't enough. 50 minutes into the game, one of the task players was penalized for taking a player without a ball. 3-point kick for the Endurers. 21 points to 7. 55 minutes into the game, the task again had a penalty, and they went for the scrum right in front of the goalpost. So I'm not sure what they want to do here, but hey, it kind of worked for them because, like I said, the scrum, the ball went out wide to Suaalii. He got close to try line. We saw there. Looked like his hand was pulled to the side, out. The touch judge wasn't having it, and then the ball was pied over. It looked like the Waratahs player jumped over the ruck for the try. 21 points to 14 for that. 68 minutes of the game, Kevin Valentini kicked the 50-22 from inside his own 22. So like 50 meter plus kick from him. Just absolutely huge effort. That would have been like 60 meter, right? It could have been close to 60 meters. A massive kick from him. And then finally, there was a penalty right at the end of the game. Valentini missed the one. Waratahs tried to run a ball out. And Suaalii got the ball, popped to him in an offside position. Penalty try. 28 points to 14 for the Endurers. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about this game. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later for more reviews. Cheers.